It's tulip season. Let's put together a tulip bouquet. Tulips are one of the first flowers that bloom at our farm each year. And they're actually one of the most labor-intensive flowers that we grow. I posted a previous video about how we harvest tulips, but now this one's going to show you a little bit about how we put them together in a bouquet. And this is why tulips are a little bit more labor intensive than a lot of other flowers we grow. Whenever you take a leaf off, whether it's bent or discolored or just there are too many leaves on the stem or it's too low, it will be in the water in your vase. It leaves this little itty bitty shelf almost. It's just this little itty bitty piece of the leaf that's still attached to the stem. And it is usually, because I farm out in nature, full of dirt. And so I don't like leaving it there. I think it's kind of unattractive. It makes the stem look all bumpy. So I always shave it off with a knife. This is just an old kitchen knife. The tip got broken off. I'm not even sure doing what in the kitchen. And so I've just co-opted it for a tulip leaf removal knife. So here it is. I'm just shaving that little bit of leaf that gets left on the stem when you remove the bigger part of the leaf. And you just kind of cut it off. You can accidentally cut too much of the stem off and make a weak point and actually cut through the stem if you're not careful. So it does take a little bit of practice. But I just think it looks so much better having a nice smooth long stem for my tulips rather than having these junky little bits left. However, because I do this on my tulip stems, it takes a lot longer to put the bouquets together than it does on many of my other flowers. One of the things I'm always trying to do here is send out the best flowers that I can. So if this is one way to send my tulips out into the world a little bit better than they would otherwise be, then I'm willing to do it. This is a 10-stem bunch. It's not a fancy bouquet, it's just a bunch for sale, wholesale. And I actually try not to remove too many of the leaves typically because they do add something to a bouquet. But if they're damaged or they're just too many or something like that, I will remove them. Now we're going to put them together. This is not a big fancy bouquet. This is just a straight tulip bunch. We are putting them together here because tulips are what we have an abundance of on the farm right now. These tulips are a variety called Foxtrot. I've never grown them before this year. They are lovely pink. The tulips we grow at Longbourn Blooms are double tulips, so they have more than one row of petals, so they're a little bit nicer, fancier than the ones you might grow in your yard, but if you can get double tulips, they are the best. Here we go, rubber band, ta-da! And there we've got the rubber band on our bunch, so they're not going to go anywhere. Now we're going to wrap them up in paper. This protects them while they're in transit from getting their stems mashed or broken. There are lots of ways you can learn how to wrap a bouquet. This actually took me quite a while to figure out, but I do like the way that it ends up. So we tape it with masking tape, and we do put one of our little logo stickers on it up in the corner. And there we go, all done. Tulip bunch from Longbourn Blooms.